That's Palace. Just Ronaldo! Unbelievable! This isn't sensational. The greatest marksman in the history of the Champions League with an absolute beauty. Something special for his hat-trick goal.
Hello guys, welcome to Sports Analysis on AFRICUNIA TV. And I'm Petraman the official, and I'll be your host. And today with me, I have a sports enthusiast.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Lausa.
Alright, today on this show, on today's episode, we'll be talking about Nigeria's shock in elimination from the African Cups of Nations. Generally about everything that happened or that is currently happening in current ongoing African Cups of Nations. And Nigeria Tunisia 0-1. How did that go?
Shocking. really bad. And then probably deflects the blame on Buhari, but then we were very awful.
Buhari, how?
We're saying probably because they called them before the match, but then we were very awful. Iwobi was it wasn't coordinated. It was just playing without reading, and then
in my opinion, I don't actually think that was actually a red card.
It is. He stepped on his ankle.
I think he had possession of the ball, and at the moment of him trying to make it through.
But he left the ball. He was trying to protect the ball, but then he left the ball, then stepped on his ankle. Then what do you want him to do?
Well, let's take it from the fact that he had the ball in his possession and the ball was with him. If the ball was with the opponent and he made an attempt to take the ball from the opponent, then sure, that would have been a red ball.
You don't have to make a foul when you are not with possession of the ball. You can make a foul when you are with possession of the ball.
Yes, definitely. That's when there's a yellow card and there's a red card.
There are sometimes that you're walking or you're running and then somebody touches you and then you try to retaliate. They will give you a red card.
Actually. So, oh well, the Maduka Oke's terrible saving code. Well, some people are of the opinion that the save was not actually terrible, that he tried his best, and I am of the opinion that no, that's terrible. For a professional, you don't make a save with one hand.
Well, I don't think that's the excuse. I feel as a keeper, I should have a strong hand and should have strong palms. His palms were not strong enough. So I think that's just the problem, because he saw the ball coming, but then he couldn't save it because he doesn't have a strong palm. So that's just
again. I think he was out of position, because when the ball was coming, he tried to make a step or two before actually jumping ball. I think he saw that late. Then he just decided to, and I think his left hand is actually his weaker hand.
I don't even know because both to me are very weak. I saw a compilation video one time, and then like every saves he could not hold the ball. He was just pushing.
Actually. So
I feel his palms were not like very good. They were not good at all. They are not strong.
That was practically the first shots he actually even faced.
But then I would not blame just the keeper, because before the shot was played, like no one was even trying to like mark the player. So he probably wasn't expecting it. Maybe that was why he was out of position. So he wasn't expecting the ball, and then nobody was even marking. Nobody was trying to put pressure on the player that wanted to play the shots. But then that's just it.
Let's quickly go back to the group stage. The group stage had a very terrible goal ratio. I called it a binary competition at one point in time: 0-1, 0-0, 1-1, 0-1. Except the opening match, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, they ended up 2-1 throughout the group stage. So it's just binary. What do you think caused that?
Well, it's expected. If we look at World Cup 2020, is it 2018? The group stage were like that. Probably the teams will not bring the best yet until they get to knockouts. Then we like Ronaldo. Sometimes he doesn't have goals in the group stage, but then when it's knockouts, when it matters the most, he will come and play the clutch plays and then do everything good, and then he will get all the praise.
I think in the round of 16 now, at least more goals. The goal ratio has actually increased. We've seen 2-1, 2-0, 3-1.
I think I've seen 3-1. I've seen 2-0. I think Nigeria is the only one that played 1-0, and then 0-0. Egypt, Ivory Coast.
Yeah, it did that yesterday. And the red cards, lot of red cards in this round of 16 that just ended, and two in one match, on like 8 matches and 6 red cards.
Unlike the Wobbies incident, I feel sometimes the referee they overemphasize on the tackles. Some of the tackles are not even red card worthy, but then they just give them the red card.
Yeah, and terrible VR decision.
I don't think they are used to
I
it.
don't think the referees were actually taught on how to actually make use of the VR.
Not to disrespect Africans, but then I don't think we are used to technology. So probably that's
The use of VR is not just to overturn decision. You can check the VR and still
To
go ahead
confirm
with your
decisions.
decision, but most times once they check the VR, they tend to just overturn their decisions, and that the use of VR has actually been terrible in my opinion.
below average,
So
way
far.
below
But
average.
let's commend Cameroon for the good pitch. I mean, I didn't expect what I've been seeing so far. I mean, the ball has been not be
Sure.
bouncing, and the flow of gameplay has actually going very well.
If I would say the only pitch that has the kind of quality Cameroon's pitch has, it's the Uyo. Is it Uyo?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The Uyo, the new stadium. Then I think there was a time National Stadium. There was grass everywhere, like really tall.
Throwback.
So I'm really impressed. I think I spoke to somebody not quite long about the pitch, and then I was like, the balls are not bouncing. I mean, this is really nice. You can play the ball on the ground. Not that you'll be playing direct football, long football every time. You can play short passes, and then to get there without any disturbance. So I would commend them on that. I think the
Oh.
AFCON they did well.
Before we go on, let's go on a short break and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back, guys, to Sport Analysis Show on AFRICUNIA TV. And do not forget, this episode is sponsored by AFRICUNIA Bank, Indigenous for All. Before we go on, let's talk a little bit about the coach, Austin Eguavon. He was appointed coach a few weeks before the AFCON began, and I'm sure if it was another, they would have rejected the job. I mean, it was just a few weeks. Nobody wants to go and fail. I mean, he's not used to training this player. Yeah, he was technical director, but I mean, on the pitch, he has little or no business with them. But they gave him the opportunity, and yeah, he accepted the job and said, yeah, it was very under due pressure, but he was still going to go out to try his best. And I think the few matches he played for, I think he tried his best for a coach that just came in 2 weeks. What do you think about Eguavon?
Well, I believe everybody has this natural coaching ability in them, and then he has this little football knowledge. You cannot be a technical director if you are not wise, if you don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Because like Man United's coach is supposed to be a technical director, but then he's coaching them right now, and then at the end of the season he's going to be technical director. So I feel he has the knowledge, he has the skills, and then we can see it on the pitch. Except the time they lost, don't let me talk about it. I'm feeling sad. So I feel I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with how they played. I feel I'm impressed with him because he's a local coach. It's been a while we had a local coach. We've been spamming foreign coaches on that.
Cross and Inshallah, Grenero.
And that guy is just a good scout. He knows how to scout players, but he doesn't know how to use them.
Actually, that's fact.
He doesn't know how to use them. So I'm really impressed. I mean, he brought out Moses Simon in the last our AFCON.
I never saw that guy play that well ever before. I think he has been in the squad for almost 5 years now, and
For a while, I would not say 5. It's 5 years. Is it 5 years?
Simon
yet?
has been.
I don't think it's 5 years.
Are you sure?
I don't think it's up to 5 years.
All right. So before this episode comes to an end, your prediction for the final first. The two teams you predict to make it to
I'm
the
being
final
honest.
of AFCON.
I backed Nigeria and Ivory Coast.
I think we all did.
I backed Ivory Coast, and
I think Cameroon actually. I suggested Nigeria, Cameroon.
I wasn't high on the Cameroon, Algeria, Senegal. But then if I would go for the people remaining now, I'd say Egypt.
Egypt versus.
I don't know the draws. I don't know how they would.
Okay, true.
But then if I would say, according to their strength right now, I would say Egypt, probably Cameroon.
Yeah, I think I'll go for Cameroon ahead of Egypt. I mean, I personally just watched one for Egypt's match. That was against Nigeria, and with the way they played, I don't see them taking that trophy. But
Well,
I mean, they're
yeah,
one of the best.
they're in the quarterfinal. We are not.
Nice one. I mean, it was a terrible run out for the Super Eagles. I mean, after a good start in the group stage, I mean, they played very well, and they became a very good threat, not for Tunisia to happen.
It is what it is. So I would say,
Yeah, life up.
if you are backing um Cameroon because of Egypt's goal scoring record, I would say you should look back 2016 Portugal.
Actually,
They were not
I hear.
winning. They qualified as best loser, and then they ended up winning the trophy.
It's great. It's great.
It's great. Really got to.
All right, so we've come to an end on this week's episode on sports analysis on AFRICUNIA TV, and so we'll see you guys next week.
And that's Palace. Just Ronaldo! Oh,